Hello friends, today we are going to see the second kind of strong slot and filler structure, which is called as scripts. Now the main problem with the conceptual dependency representation that we saw in the last video is that although conceptual dependency representation is a very strong representation, any sentence and any sentences with the similar meanings, okay, or a sentence which is said in so many different ways, when it is represented in CD, there is only one unique representation. Okay, also whenever you say it in any natural language, maybe Marathi, Hindi, English, the CD representation of it would be always same and unique. Okay, but as we have already seen, what are the disadvantages of conceptual dependency, memory requirement, complexity in representation and all that. But there is also another important thing that is going to be checked now. Usually what happens is conceptual dependency enables you to represent individual sentences. But in real world, we don't rely on individual sentences. We usually have paragraphs where sentences are related in a sequential order. Okay, so here what happens in real world, what happens is whatever procedures that are carried out, whatever activities that happen, there is a certain pattern. Okay, so these sentences are not isolated, rather they are in form of a paragraph. Okay, for example, uh, you consider this particular paragraph. John wanted to watch a play. He went to nearby theater and purchased a ticket. After entering the screening hall, he occupied the seat. When ticket checker asked for the ticket, he promptly did so. After watching the play and savoring the good moments in it, he moved out of the theater. Now, such kind of sentences, when we consider, they are actually a paragraphical sentences. The previous sentence is dependent on the current sentence, and the next sentence will be also based on the current sentence, and so on. The sentences are related, and there is a particular sequence in which the sentences have to be ordered. Now, for such representation, conceptual dependency representation fails. And then Schenck and Abelson in 1977 also came up with another structure, and that is called as scripts. So, scripts are useful in describing certain stereotype situations, such as going to the theater. It consists of set of slots containing default values along with some information about the type of values similar to the frames. It differs from frame systems as the value of the slot in script must be ordered. So there is a particular order that we need to follow and have more specialized roles. Okay. Now, what are the components of scripts? First component, there is something called as entry condition. These are the conditions that must be in general satisfied before the events described in the script can occur. Okay, now what are these entry conditions? For example, if the script is say a restaurant script, okay, that means I want to go to the restaurant for eating. The entry condition for that should be that I should be hungry, okay, and I should have enough money. These are the two entry conditions. Only after these two entry conditions are true, only then I can go to the hotel and restaurant and eat. Okay, so these are the conditions that must be in general satisfied before the event described in the script can occur. Result, conditions that will be in general true after the events described in the script have already occurred. So after the script has already occurred, okay, or already run, result are the conditions that will finally be true after the script has already run. For example, if the script is again going to the hotel for eating, then the result will be the customer is no longer hungry, the customer is satisfied, that's occasional. The customer has less money with him, earlier he had more money, and so on. These are all the result conditions. Now the scripts, they work like you must have seen in plays, movies and plays. There are some things called as props, and there are something called as actors and so on. And similarly in the script over here, there are third component of the script is called as prop. So props are what? These are the slots representing the objects that are involved in the event described in the script. So whatever objects that are involved in the event described in the script, they are called as props. For example, if it is a classroom, then bench, duster, then whiteboard, all these are props, right? The fourth component of script is roles. Roles are nothing but these are the slots representing the people who are involved in the events described in the script. So, for example, if it is again the restaurant script, then who are the roles? Waiter could be a role, cashier could be a role, then a cook could be a role, or you yourself as a customer could be a role. So, these are the roles. Whereas in the previous case, what were props in the restaurant? And they could be the tables, they could be something like trays, glasses of water, and seats, and so on. These are all props. Track. Now the specific variation on more general pattern that is being represented in a particular script. For example, if the script is about the restaurant and if I want to go to something like cafe coffee day, then the track over here will be coffee shop. Okay, general script would be for a restaurant script, but the specific variation of that restaurant is coffee shop. Okay, so those are tracks, and the last concept, last component of the script is the scenes, the actual sequence of the events that occur. They are called as scenes. So for exam, they are going to give you these kind of paragraphs, okay, and they are going to ask you to design scripts for such scenarios. Okay, so you need to sit down and write the scripts. You can be imaginative, you may go into the in-depth, or you may not go into the in-depth, but ultimately all this should be satisfied with the script that you write. Okay, so let me now show you how scripts are written. So script is usually written in this particular rectangular format. The left pane here, this left pane basically is used for you to write the track. Okay, the script. What are the props? What are the roles? What are the entry conditions? And what are the results? Whereas the right hand side pane is basically used for writing scenes. The first scene, then the second scene, third scene, fourth scene, and so on. Okay, so let's start. It is basically a the script is about the theater. Okay, so John wanted to watch a play. Okay, so he wanted to watch a play. He went to the nearby theater and purchased the ticket. After entering the screening hall, he occupied the seat. When the ticket checker asked for the ticket, he promptly did so. After watching the play and savoring good moments in it, he moved out of the theater. Okay. So, script is nothing but it is now we are writing script for play in theater. Okay, or theater script. Track is also play in theater or theater script. Who are the props? So when you go to the theater, what are the different props? On the counter, you're going to find tickets, right? When you enter the movie hall, you will see seats, and the play which is being played on the screen itself is also a prop. You may also add something like the screen on which movie is played. You may also add something like air conditioners and so on. Example. But it is always important that only those props that are going to be used in your scenes, only those you may display here. Okay, now roles. Who are the roles in the theater? Who are the people who are involved in the theater? One, person who wants to see a play, P. Okay, so I am using variable name P for the person who wants to see the play. In our case, it was some John who wanted to go to the theater to watch the play. Okay, so wherever P is being referred later on, you should understand that P is nothing but a person who is who has gone to the theater to watch the play. Then ticket distributor, okay, the one who distribute ticket, we are using a short form TD for it, and ticket checker, we are using short form TC. There may be other support staff and there might be so many other people, but I have not listed them because they are not involved in my scenes here. Okay, you may also list them, no problem. Entry conditions. What are entry conditions? Entry conditions are the condition that should be true before the script is executed. Okay, so you will go and execute this play in the theater script only if P, who is P now? P is the person who wants to play, see the play. If P wants to see a play, so if you want to see a play, so that should be entry condition for the script. And it is not only important that you are interested in watching play, you should also have money in your pocket. So P has money. So only when these two conditions are satisfied, then you can run this scene. Then only you can go to the theater and do the activities. Result of the script: P saw a play. It means P, the person, already saw a play. P has less money because earlier he had taken some money, he had carried some money to the theater. But now that he has already paid money, maybe he has also had some food over there or whatever it is, and now after coming out, P has less money, and P is happy. See, I told you it is optional because the play might be boring also, which you realize at the end. So P is happy. This is optional if he has liked the play. So on the left hand side pane of the script, okay, you are going to write the track, props, roles, entry conditions, and the result. Now using this, you are going to now design the scenes, different scenes. You can be creative enough to design the scene. Now the first scene, going to the theater. Let's write a scene. What are the activities involved when you go to the theater? Okay. P means who? The person. Now P trans P into the theater. When P trans is used, P trans is basically used for physical transition. That means when the object moves from one place to another. So what this means is person P went, he took himself into the theater. That means he walked into the theater. P trans P into theater. Person P walked himself into the theater. So once after you go into the theater, then uh, you can't just go and sit in the movie hall or play hall. You have to first go and fetch the ticket. So you have to look out for the ticket counter. Where is the ticket counter? And looking out means seeing. Okay, which action is used for seeing? Attend. So P attend eyes to ticket counter. So he walks into the theater. He attends his eyes to the ticket counter. So this is going to the theater, scene 1. Now once you are on the ticket counter, scene 2 is buying a ticket. Okay, so P trans P to the ticket counter. Now that he have already spotted, attend means spotting the ticket counter. Once you have spotted the ticket counter, in the scene 2 you are buying a ticket. For that, P moves himself to the ticket counter. P trans P to the ticket counter. He goes to the ticket counter. Okay, then M trans is used for memory transfer, so it could be tell. Okay, so he tells that needs a ticket. To whom? To TD, ticket distributor. So P is the person. He tells I need a ticket to TD, ticket distributor. And then ticket distributor A trans is abstract transfer, that is he gives ticket to P. Okay, a ticket distributor A trans means gives ticket to P. So here you go towards the ticket counter, he goes to the ticket counter, he tells the TD that I need a ticket, and then TD gives the ticket to P. Now you may add more things also here. Okay, I have ignored the complications. For example, you have to also pay money, right? So money is to be given and all that. That also you can write buying a ticket. Okay. Now the third scene here, going inside the hall of theater and sitting on a seat. So now P, who is currently at the ticket counter, after purchasing the ticket, P trans himself, he moves himself into the hall of the theater, right? Now once you are inside the theater, you are not going to go and sit anywhere, right? You are going to look out for the correct seat number. Okay, so TC attend eyes. What is attend? Okay, attend is basically focusing the stimulus on a particular object. Okay, he is carefully seeing where is my seat number, where is my seat number. So that is attend. So TC attend eyes on ticket. Okay, possessed by P. So after P goes into the theater, okay, there is a ticket checker who is there inside. he attends his eyes on the ticket, and ticket is possessed by you, that is a person who wants to see the play. So ticket checker, he attends his eyes on the ticket possessed by P. Then ticket checker, okay, M-trans. What is M-trans? Memory transfer. So now after seeing the ticket number, he will tell you, right? M-trans showed sit. He will tell you to go and sit. He will tell you to go and sit on the showed sit. Some sit that he is going to show, okay, and he'll tell you to go and sit over there, okay. Then once that is done, now you, that is P, moves himself to the seat. P pintrans P to the seat, okay. And once you go to the seat, then you're now relaxing yourself. You are sitting in a good posture, sitting posture, okay. Now to sit on a chair, okay, you will have to move your legs, adjust your legs, adjust your hands and all. So moving a body part is basically move. So P moves P to the sitting position. Move is what? Move is basically a primitive use for moving the body part of the of an object or the person. So P moves P into sitting position. He moves his body parts like hands, legs, and all to the sitting position. So this is all you're going to do after going inside the hall of theater and sitting on the seat. So this is scene number 3. Now scene number 4, now watching a play. That means now after some time the play starts. So for that, P attend eyes on play. So he attends his eyes on the play that is running. And P embuild good moments from the play. So as the play ends, no, he recollects. So embuild, okay. P recollects or he decides, okay, how good the play was. He collects some good moments from the play, okay. And after that, scene 5, exiting. P trans P out of the hall and the theater. So he moves himself out of the hall and then the theater. So this is a simple script for going to the theater to watch movie, right? Now you can be creative enough. It does not mean that exactly this way the sentences have to be written. You can be creative. You can write it in variation. There are no hard and fast rules. So you have to show the scenes, the scenarios. Script invocation, it must be activated based on its significance. If the topic is important, then the script should be opened. If a topic is just mentioned, then the pointer to that script could be had. For example, given that John enjoyed the play in the theatre, a script play in the theatre suggested above is invoked. So, if it is given to the agent that John enjoyed the play in the theatre, only then the script play in the theatre suggested above is invoked. All implicit questions can be answered correctly. Here, the significance of this script is high. Did John go to the theatre? Did he buy a ticket? Did he have money? If we have a sentence like John went to theatre to pick his daughter, then invoking the script would lead to many wrong answers. Here, significance of the script theatre is less. Getting significance from the story is not straightforward. However, some heuristics can be applied to get the value. What are the advantages and disadvantages of scripts? The advantage of script is, using script, one is capable of predicting implicit events. Okay. Now there are so many implicit events that are going to occur, right? So using script, some implicit events can be predicted. Single coherent interpretation may be built up from collection of observations. Disadvantage, more specific or inflexible and less general than frames. Basically, these scripts are more specific, I told you, because if it is a restaurant scene, then you have to specify the track, coffee shop. So as you narrow down this thing, no, you become more and more specific. So there is very less generalization. Okay, so that's an advantage also, but at the same time it is a disadvantage also. Okay, because there are different types of restaurant. There is a coffee shop, there is a ice cream shop, okay, there is a pizza shop, and so on. So in such cases, you will have to write one dedicated script for each this type of shop. How many scripts are you going to write? Okay, so the first disadvantage is more specific, since the scripts are more specific, inflexible, and less general than frames. And scripts are not suitable to represent all kind of knowledge. Now, going to the restaurant and all, that's fine, but there are also some other kind of knowledge which cannot be represented using script. Okay, to deal with inflexibility, smaller modules called memory organization packets, MOP, can be combined in a way that is appropriate for the situation. Now, this is out of syllabus for you all, so I will not talk more about it. You need to only remember these points, right? This is another script. The script is taken from the textbook Rich and Knight, third edition. This is a restaurant script. I will just show you how this is written. Again, on the left hand side pane, you're going to write what is the script. Now see, script is a restaurant script. Track coffee shop. Okay, now in the coffee shop, what are the different props? You have tables, you have menu. F is a variable just for food. Check. Okay, and money. Roles. S variable is for customer, W for waiter, C for cook, M for cashier, O for owner. Entry conditions for entering the restaurant is that S should be hungry. S is the customer. Customer should be hungry. If you are not hungry, will you go to the restaurant? No. And the customer should have money. So these are the entry conditions. Now the result conditions: S has less money. Once you are out of the restaurant after spending a lot of money, you have less money. O, who is O? O is the owner. Okay, so owner has more money. S is no longer hungry. Okay, because you have had your food. And S is pleased. Now this is optional. You may not be pleased also. And on the right hand side, these are all the scenes that are that you're going to write. Now the first scene is entering the restaurant. Okay, so let's see the steps. S Petrans S into the restaurant. He walks, he takes himself into the restaurant. Petrans is for moving. After you go to the restaurant, you attend your eyes to the tables. You see, okay, three different tables. Then M build, S M build where to sit. You decide by seeing the different tables. You decide where to sit. Then S Petrans S to table. So you then move yourself to that particular table, and S move S to the sitting position. Then you move your body parts like legs, hands and all, so that you are comfortably sitting in the sitting posture or position. This is entering the restaurant. Now ordering. Now there are different ordering styles. For example, in some restaurants, menu card is already present on the table. So you have to directly pick it up, decide, and then call the waiter. Now, in some restaurants, menu card is supplied on demand. Okay, so you have to go and sit. Then waiter will come to you, and then the menu card will be asked from the waiter, and then waiter is going to give you the menu card. Also, for payment, also there are different variations. So one or two variations they have seen here. You need not consider all the variations. You can take only one particular view also, no problem. Okay. So ordering, we have assumed that menu is on the table. You are already sitting in the restaurant now. So assuming that menu is on the table, okay, and waiter brings menu. Waiter brings menu, menu is on the table. Okay, and second here, S asks for menu. That is, the customer is asking for menu. Okay, so these are the three things. Now S Petrans S menu to S. Okay, so if menu is on the table, no, please note, I think there is a small mistake here. This should be W Petrans menu to S. W is the waiter, so it is uh, okay. I'm sorry. I'll repeat this. See, ordering scene. there could be one scenario wherein menu is already on the table. So if menu is already on the table, then what you will do, you as a customer, you're going to pick up the menu. So picking up the menu means S A trans menu to S. So it is not P trans, A trans. Okay. So once you pick up the menu, then I think you there is a mistake in this script here. I had taken this directly from some place. Okay. So then you see S embedded choice of food. So once you have taken the menu in your hand, S embedded choice of food. Okay, you are deciding what is the food. And once you have decided, then S trans signal to waiter. So once you have decided what you are going to eat, then you are giving signal to the waiter. Okay, then waiter moves himself to the table, and then S, that is you, trans, you tell I want a particular food F to the waiter. Understood? So I'll rectify the mistake which is there. Assuming that menu is already on the table, first thing is what, uh, here it should be A trans, S A trans menu to S. That means you pick it up, you pick the menu from the table, then this thing should not be there directly. Then S embed choice of food. So then after taking the menu, you are going to read it and you are going to decide what is the choice of food. After that, you are going to signal the waiter. Then waiter comes to the table and then you ask waiter, I want F to W. Okay, fine. So then waiter P trans W to C. So he then goes to C. Who is C? Cook. He has written down what you want and he goes to the cook. And waiter M trans, waiter tells A trans F. That is, he tells and he gives the order to the cashier. Okay, then there are two things now. Either the food which is demanded, the cook is going to say okay, I will prepare it, or cook might say, array, this thing is not there, this particular item is not there. So there are two situations. Now if the food item is already there, then C, that is the cook, do means prepare F script, that is prepare the food script. There is another script called as preparing the food. That script will be executed, and then after preparing you're going to go to scene number 3. That's the next scene, eating scene. But suppose that food item is not there, then C, that is the cook, M trans no F to W. That means he tells, the cook might tell to the waiter that okay, this food item is not there. Then waiter moves himself to the customer and waiter tells no food to S. Okay, so go back to star or go to the scene 4 at no pay path. Now go back to the star, meaning you see here star. So that means once now waiter has told you that this food item is not there, you may again decide, okay, based on the menu, what next food to order, and this cycle will continue. But many a times people also go to the restaurant to order a particular food only. Okay, so in that case you may opt to simply walk out. So or go to scene 4 at no pay path. No pay path is the one wherein uh, uh, can you see here, no pay path, that means you are not eating and you are not paying directly. No pay path will take you out of the restaurant. Okay, so this is all happening when the menu is on the table. Now waiter brings menu, if that is the condition, then you picking up the menu and all will not work, it will start from here. So W, P trans W to table. So waiter brings menu. In some restaurants, after you sit, waiter will come to you. So it starts from waiter brings menu to the table. Then waitrans gives the menu to you. Then other things are same. You then ask a waiter to come to the table. Then you decide the choice of food. You signal the waiter, and all that is same. Third case, uh, waiter does not come to the table, rather you will ask for menu. In that case, you are going to signal the waiter, waiter will come to the table, then you will tell the waiter, okay, get the menu, and then waiter gets the menu. So he has simply shown 3 different ways or 3 different styles which are carried out in different restaurants. You need not, for exam, you need not write this in so much complexity. You can take only one situation. Okay, you may assume that okay, You after entering the restaurant, then waiter will come with the menu, and that whatever, only one. You need not show all these variations. So this is something called as ordering. So ordering scene is up to what? The either end of this ordering scene is up to what? Till the food is being prepared by the cook, or cook sends the waiter back telling the customer that the food is not available. Customer will choose some new food item, and then again the waiter will go to the cook, and then cook will prepare the food either, or customer may just opt to go out of the restaurant. That is scene number 4. Now scene 3 is eating scene. So now the cook A trans food to W. That means after preparing your food, the cook hands over the food to the waiter. Waiter hands over the food to customer, that is you. Now you are going to eat the food. So S ingest F. That means S, that is the customer, ingest the food item F. Okay. Now option, return to scene number 2 to order more. Sometimes you tend to order more. So return to scene number 2 to order more. So here you can just order more, or go to scene number 4. Now scene number 4 is exiting scene. Now in the exit scene, you see here no pay path. So no pay path is not a path going through these steps, but directly coming here. Okay, and that's why if the cook tells you that the food item is not available, go to scene 4 at no pay path. It will directly go to scene 4 and directly come here. And no pay part tells that customer just walked out of the restaurant, and these steps are not carried out. So exit scene here. Okay, so S M trans to W, that means S customer tells waiter that okay, I'm done with it. Then waiter A trans check to S. So waiter then gives a check to the customer, and then waiter move write check. So this scenario is this. Okay. Waiter moves and he writes check. Waiter gives uh, uh, waiter gives it to waiter moves to the customer. Then waiter gives the check to the customer. Then customer gives the tip to waiter. Tip to waiter. Customer moves himself to M. Now what is M? Cashier. Customers go to the cashier. Okay, and customer gives money to cashier. Fine. So exit scene, the very first thing is the customer tells the waiter, okay, I am done with it, now I am paying bill. Now all this scenario is nothing but waiter A trans check to S. So waiter is going to move means he is going to use his hand to write the check, the bill. Then waiter will move himself to the customer. He will go to your table and he will hand over check to you. Then you are going to hand over the tip to the waiter and go to the cashier. And then you are going to give money to the cashier. And then once this is done, you are moving out of the restaurant. So this is your end of the script. Now triggers and all, this is not in the syllabus, so that's it. So with this video I declare that I have finished this chapter on strong slot and filler structures. Okay, thank you.